We're on our way to Capitol Hill to see what?
Maybe a riot?
We don't know. They're voting on Roe v. Wade today, and the decision has not come out yet, but people are in front of the Supreme Court protesting supposedly, so we're gonna go check that out. Before we do that though, now we're heading to the Mall of America. We're heading to a cafe that she's got to look up again because we don't remember where it is or what it's called.
Pete's Diner.
Pete's Diner. So let's get to Pete's Diner, and then it's right there beside the Mall of America, so then we'll start heading to like the Capitol and the Washington Monument and the White House and then Lincoln Memorial. I think we're going to try to fit in Arlington also today. What are we getting ready to go look at?
The drunk dentist statue. So Dr. Henry Cogswell was born in California, and he came here in D.C. during Prohibition, and he had an idea to build this statue, which at the time was a fountain, because in his mind, if he could give out free water, it would stop people from drinking alcohol, thus called the drunk dentist. We had plans to go see the Declaration of Independence, but you have to have a ticket, and they were sold out. We should be there.
Womp womp.
26 minutes.
26 minutes?
Yeah.
But right there's the Washington Monument. Like I know we've got to be close.
This is obviously not regular city blocks.
We highly recommend if you're going to try to walk everything in the mall district like we did, like dum-dums, put on some good walking
These are like
shoes.
Vegas blocks.
We're almost at the Capitol. These, like she said, are very, very large blocks.
And by almost, he means probably like another 15 minutes walking.
I can see it physically. Also on a side note, kind of worried about being where we're heading toward the Capitol. There's supposed to be a protest out in front of it today over the
Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, and the Supreme Court decisions.
I looked this morning and it was still peaceful, so I'm hoping that we get there quick enough that it's still peaceful and we can run away and say we saw it.
So far, so good. In front of the Capitol. All right, we made it to the Capitol. We're going to check it out for a minute, and then the restaurant's real close, isn't it?
Kinda.
More city blocks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like you want to say something.
Okay, well, I'll talk about my purse. So, this is a travel-on bag, and in no way are we sponsored by them. Hint, maybe. But the reason that I carry this in every vlog and every city we go to, this has a lock on it. It protects all my credit cards. They can't be scanned. This cannot be cut. So it is the best travel purse, in my opinion. Travel on.
Now on to checking out the Capitol. All the fence and everything's still up, and like looks like they're still doing construction on it. And this is as close as you can get to it. There are a lot of things in D.C. you can't get that close to anymore.
Take a photo. Oh, we gotta hustle.
We gotta hustle.
Not 8,
8 seconds.
7, 6.
All right, we're leaving the Capitol and heading to the restaurant. What was it called again?
Why do you keep asking?
I don't know. You don't have to tell me the name.
Oh.
How far is it?
Pete's Diner.
Pete's Diner.
8 minutes.
All right. 8 more minutes walking.
Oh, you get 6
It's a little human.
Starting to feel underdressed.
Yeah, we're starting to run into all the politicians and whatnot, or political people, I guess to say. If you're watching the news, and it's got the Capitol in the background, they got them all set up right here. Here's the Library of Congress James Madison that we thought we were going to tomorrow, but it is not.
So we're here at Pete's Diner.
Pete's Diner has been a neighborhood hangout for decades. Now it has been transformed into a support central for nearly 2,500 troops, U.S. Capitol Police, and support staff who have came from every part of America called to secure the Capitol building. In addition to meals, people are sending supplies for the troops from throughout the country.
That one.
What is that?
I don't know. I haven't found it yet.
Right here, you can see our Reuben and our steak and cheese on the grill. This Reuben was something to write home about.
Thank you.
Her steak and cheese, it was good, but nothing to write home about. Reuben, really good.
So I did notice it does have tomatoes, which is not my favorite.
We're doing the steak and cheese.
That's a solid steak and cheese. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's pretty good.
With as good as the food was here and the amount of options they have, I 100% would come back here and try other items. Now that we got something to eat, we're on our way to Capitol Hill to see what?
Maybe a riot?
We don't know. They're voting on Roe v. Wade today, and the decision has not come out yet, but people are in front of the Supreme Court protesting supposedly, so we're going to go check that out. Originally, when we woke up this day, we watched the local news, and they had us scared to even come down in front of the SCOTUS building.
My parents are going to be so proud.
The Lord Jesus, the Messiah is coming.
So we were scared to come here because of the protest. There's no protest.
It's just a bunch of
People screaming at each
far
other.
right and far left, about 6 of them total, screaming at each other, and that's it. What you doing?
Standing here listening to the protest.
Now we're on the east side of the Capitol building, heading back towards the Mall of America.
Pay attention to it.
There is a ton of police presence.
Everywhere.
They ain't playing no more at the Capitol. Even when we would walk up to gates like you're seeing here, there would be people that would come out and tell us to walk away from them. We just left where the protest was supposed to be for the Roe v. Wade in front of the SCOTUS building, which there was like 6 people total there protesting. Walking back by Congress at the moment, and we're heading to the Washington Monument and checking out the White House. After leaving the Capitol, we found out that the National Museum of the American Indian does not require the special tickets other ones do. It's like on the Cherokee.
They need music.
Put it in a museum.
Yep, they need music or something.
It's really dark.
Extra dark.
Though we really enjoyed this museum, it was just a little too dark for us to film anything. That's one. Now we're back in the Mall of America, heading to the White House. On the way to the White House, we found this little garden, so we're going to stop by there. With our experience in this garden, there are some things that might happen that you'll be like, what? So we found this little garden on the way to the White House. Pretty neat. Little fountain. Lady was just drinking out of it. Kind of gross, but you know, whatever.
Only in D.C.
Only in D.C. Everything looks so close when you look at it on a map when it comes to the mall area, but it is not.
Dude. I had no idea. This is my first time here, so I assumed that it was just gonna be like regular city blocks.
No.
This is
a block is like a mile almost, it feels like.
Possibly bigger than a Vegas block.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I have been here before, but I was like, I don't know, 10 or something like that, so it's been a while. Side quest, Laura wanted a coffee.
I did want a coffee, but we had to go through a security check. I don't know where we're at.
Yeah, I don't understand why we had to go through metal detectors to get to a food court.
Downstairs into the basement. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Turns out there was a complete national summit happening in this building that we had no
federal
clue
summit,
what we were
2022.
walking into.
Whoops.
In this random building we found, she found a place that grind their own coffee beans, double shot espresso ice, it's hot outside, and fresh lemonade, because I don't do coffee.
That's hand squeezed.
Yeah, hand squeezed. Now let's get back to heading to the White House. But first this happened.
I wonder what that's all about.
I don't know, but there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
They just keep coming.
No idea what we just witnessed, but like there were just thousands of skateboarders. Like it's still going on.
Like little kids,
Like
big kids.
one of them yelled something to us. I mean, I'll try to see what it said, but like there were so many skaters that all I could hear was the wheels.
If you know, comment below.
Yeah, that's insane. Like they're still coming. They're everywhere.
Saying like it slowed down for a second, now it's back to being busy.
I have never in my life seen this many skateboarders in one area ever. Now we are finally at the White House. DC is a strange place these days. I feel like there's not a lot of people there anymore.
Definitely was not crowded while we were there. It's also neat to witness, but also weird.
Parks and things, like if you want to go see different statues and whatnot, they got everything barricaded up. Like you can't even see half the stuff.
So what did you think about the White House?
The parts I could see were cool. I could see the very front and the very back, kinda. Everything else is fence,
Yeah.
literally.
It's kind of ridiculous, and you can't even go toward anymore unless you have to write your senator for special permission to even get tickets to go toward anymore.
And the front fountain was off. The back fountain, I hope that if he didn't take photos, I did.
I did not.
It was full of algae, green, gross, bleh.
Yeah, like why didn't you take care of the
Just
fountains?
clean it. We pay taxes.
40 billion you ought to spend to Ukraine. You can't even clean a fountain. Now to the Washington Monument.
Scooters, bicycles, Heelys, anything is what I'm begging for at this point.
Feet getting a little tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, we done quite a bit of walking today. In the next video, we're going to pick up right here at the Washington Monument, and then we're going to head over to the Lincoln Memorial, and then head over to the Vietnam Veterans Wall. Before we end this video, though, however, we're going to pick back up on day one that we haven't showed you yet. We got in kind of late. Like when we got here, it was probably around 8 p.m. By the time we got checked in and everything, and tried to find a restaurant, it was like 10 p.m. when we sat down. Like we tried going to 2 different restaurants here in Chinatown in D.C. Unfortunately, the first one was closed, and then the second one we couldn't find. We just got kind of tired of looking for something, and we decided to just stop at the place that we were standing in front of and go in there, and it turned out to be really good. So in continuation, we'll probably show that right now.
You want to try out this place in the basement?
Sure.
It was actually very interesting how many restaurants were in basements in DC and Chinatown. These starters, definitely nothing to write home about.
They smell hot. I'm waiting.
I'm guessing hot sauce and duck sauce.
Making sure I'm not gonna like lose taste buds.
From what?
This being scalding hot inside.
It definitely was scalding hot inside.
It's so hot.
Still hot. What's it taste like though?
Though the starters were nothing to write home about, these main dishes, yeah, they were amazing.
Oh, the good, thick pad thai type noodles. Delicious. I'm waiting. It's really hot. We used to live close to a place called China's Best, and this place put China's Best to shame.
The egg
Best
rolls
Chinese food
and
I've
the
ever
crab
had.
rangoons were nothing to write home about. But Jesus, these main dishes, I even tried Laura's just now. They are dumb good.
It was delicious.
So they were featured on Food Network by Chefs First City. Didn't think it was going to be good at first.
The appetizers were just okay. The main dish, man, I got to go boxes.
Yeah, I'd stick away from the.
Crab rangoons and the egg roll.
Yeah, stay away from those guys.
Here's the address if you want to know where it's at.
This to be such a big city, the crazy thing to me is how quiet the streets actually are. So, I keep talking about how strange it seems that it's quiet here. Like, to be such a big city, it seems really quiet to me. And then Laura brought up a good point.
We went to New Orleans recently, and it was loud everywhere.
So I think it's just the fact that we're used to how loud that was for an entire week, that this seems extremely quiet.